Are you tired of being weighed down? Have you fallen asleep on your health? This is your wake up call with my dad, Keith, my husband, Kyle, and me, Ashley.
Good morning, everyone. It is day 128, and this is your wake-up call. It is Tuesday, which once again means it's time for Tasty Tuesday. When we discuss the culinary world and all it has to offer. Ashley, I believe this morning has our topic for today. So, what is today's Tasty Tuesday?
Today we're going really simple, and we're just going to talk about nice cream and smoothies. So, for those who don't know, nice cream is just a term for ice cream made of frozen bananas. I'm sure most of you have seen these posts on Instagram. The big thing now are like smoothie bowls and ice cream and things like that. And I thought we would just talk about a few ways to make nice cream and what we like to put in it and maybe what kind of toppings to put on it.
Sounds good.
Yeah. I think the most basic one for me is just frozen bananas and spinach and water. That's one of my go-to smoothie recipes. And I really like it because you can put a huge handful of spinach in there, and if your banana is good and ripe before you freeze it, your banana taste overpowers the spinach taste, so it doesn't even taste like you're eating or drinking spinach. And you're getting some greens in, so it's a good way to pack some vegetables in without, really having to taste them.
Yeah, we've been doing that recently. Well, at least I have, me and your mama. But we've been adding protein powder, a vegan protein powder to it. Mm-hmm. That's vanilla, and I tell you, I've been enjoying it. It's like you say, you can't even tell you got the spinach in. We put just like 2 or 3 big handfuls of spinach, and that's a pretty good nutritious punch there.
Yeah, it is. Yesterday at school, I decided I'm going to try to drink smoothies for lunch for a little while and then eat, a good-sized dinner and see how that goes. I haven't been eating breakfast for a while, and that suits me just fine because I've never liked eating breakfast anyway. Yesterday, I worked and I decided, well, I'm going to have a smoothie at school because I have one of those just little blenders that the blade like screws into the cup, and then you can put it on the little tiny blender base and then just blend your smoothie into that cup. So I just packed that whole thing in my lunchbox, and when I got to school, I put my little bag of frozen bananas in the freezer. And so when lunch came around, I just stuffed my bananas and spinach and water in my little blender. This brand is, I have a Magic Bullet, but I feel like this one works even better. This one's called Bella. But anyway, so I just blended me up a smoothie real quick at school for lunch, and one of the middle schoolers walked by and she said, "What are you drinking?" I said, it's just banana and spinach, and you really can't taste the spinach. And she looked at me like, yeah, right. But it was funny. So I think another, especially if you're feeling like really desserty a really easy way to make chocolate and ice cream is just frozen bananas and like cocoa powder. Or even, and if you're a peanut butter lover, a spoonful of peanut butter is also good and nice.
Yeah, you gotta watch on that though. It adds a lot of extra calories.
A lot of people use that peanut butter powder, the PB2. So maybe we should get some of that.
I thought we had some somewhere.
We did.
Yeah,
we did years ago, but I'm pretty sure we've thrown it away since.
Yeah, that PB2, it's a powdered, just add water.
Mm-hmm.
How it's set up, and its advantage is that it doesn't have the oil in it. Not to say it's without it, but it just has a very low amount in it comparatively to regular peanut butter. So,
right.
Yeah, you can totally put that in there.
Yeah, but
I like fresh fruit
mm-hmm.
in there. You get kind of a good, almost sorbet type thing, but just not near the amount of sugar.
Yeah, I like putting berries in mine. The only thing I don't like are the little seeds. So most of the time, if I'm putting berries, it's when I'm at home and I'm going to eat it with a spoon, and I have time to deal with seeds all in my mouth. If I'm in a hurry or needing to get somewhere, I don't usually like putting them in my smoothie because then I just feel like I've got stuff all stuck in my teeth. But I do like to put berries in it sometimes. Also, going back to like the chocolate and ice cream, I really like to eat that with like some kind of nuts on top of it, like pecans or almonds or whatever it is I have in the cabinet, walnuts. But I'm I almost said I'm a nutty person. Well, I kind of am. But even eating dairy ice cream, I've always liked toppings or like crunchy things in my ice cream. So that's kind of carried over to my nice cream. I like to put nuts and those sort of things on top of it.
Mm.
Now, Kyle doesn't agree. He likes things smooth.
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends on the type of nuts that you add to it, but
yeah.
No, the fruit. I don't know, the fruit just is a solid one for me.
Mm-hmm.
Now on the smoothie front, the banana spinach is the standard, good old standby. So, and we usually prefer to use rice milk for ours when we do a smoothie. Really, the only difference
Usually
between the two.
Milk. We don't have any rice milk.
I'm sorry, I meant soy milk. Yes.
We just buy the shelf stable kind in a carton because it usually doesn't have any sweetener or additives in it or anything like that.
Right.
Well, it's shelf stable until you open it, and then it needs to go in the refrigerator.
Yes, but the soy milk, we use that, and that's really kind of the distinguishing factor that sets the smoothie apart. I mean, ice cream for the most part is a smoothie without the level or the amount of the soy milk. Yeah, so.
Yeah, or sometimes I just use water. I don't put any kind of milk in it or anything. But, you can make an ice cream without using bananas. I've made it before with just frozen peaches, and that was really good. Certain fruits blend up better than other ones. And so this is an opportunity for you just to kind of experiment. And sometimes, you just throw some frozen fruits in a blender with some soy milk or whatever it is, and sometimes it turns out to be a pretty tasty little treat. But yeah, so, it's very basic, and if you haven't ever tried it, it's super easy. I would recommend that if you haven't ever done it, freeze your bananas when they're very brown, because the browner they are, the sweeter they are.
Right.
So when your bananas are very good and brown, what I do is I break them in half or chop them into thirds, and I put them in little Ziploc bags, and I put them in the freezer. And it's easier to go ahead and portion these out into smoothie sizes, because if what we've done recently, and it's become a problem, is we put a whole bunch of bananas in one bag, and now we have like a block of bananas. And so I'm having to like chisel bananas off of this huge block. So don't do like I do. Freeze them in small batches. And if you're trying to cut down on using plastic and things like that, just put them in a container and throw them in the freezer, and use your container over and over again. It'll work too.
Good call on that.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for listening. And if you have a yummy smoothie or nice cream recipe that you'd like to share, let us know. We'd love to try it out. Hope you've enjoyed this episode of Tasty Tuesday. We'll be back tomorrow with What's That Wednesday.